I did a video of other books I was taking on holiday with me, and I did give myself 4 to read, but I bought 5, and I also had to finish a book while over there. I've left that book over there, but never mind. So I'm just going to go through the books that I read. Stephen King, The Mist. Now, this actually made me happy because the ending's different from the film. If you haven't watched it, I do believe it's on Netflix, and I know the TV series is. Might watch that to see if the ending's the same as the book, because the ending of this is really different to the actual film. It doesn't actually give you a proper ending. It's you make up your own thoughts kind of thing. Because there is at the end of the book, it says the following: "This is what happened, or nearly all. There is one final thing I'll get to in a moment, but you mustn't expect some neat conclusion. There is no, and they escaped from the mist into the good sunshine of a new day, or when we awoke, the National Guard had finally arrived, or even that great old standby. It was all a dream. It is, I suppose, what my father always frowningly called an Alfred Hitchcock's ending, by which he meant a conclusion in ambiguity that allowed the reader or viewer to make up his own mind about things and how the things ended. My father had nothing but contempt for such stories, saying they were cheap shots." So the ending of this book, skip this part if you don't want spoilers, is that they've found somewhere safe to sleep for the night, and yeah, you don't really know what happens and whether they do get saved, or if the mist clears and the weird creatures disappear, or anything like that. Whereas in the film, I remember watching it the first time, I must have been like 16, 17, because it was like my last boyfriend I had, and I remember going, oh my god, what the fuck, and I sat there like totally so the ending of The Mist, the film, is where they, like in the book, they go out, the son, the dad, the woman, then there was an old woman and I think an old man, that all fit in this car, and they went, and they was like, we're done with the supermarket, we're out of here. So they got out, and they drive for like ages, and they get like to a point when they're just like, should we just kill ourselves? And they had the gun, so surprisingly there was enough shots in there. So the woman shoots herself, the man shoots himself, then the woman shoots himself, and the dad shoots his son, right? And just as he was about to shoot himself, here comes the bloody military. And you're like, if he'd waited a few seconds, he wouldn't have had to kill his son. It just like destroyed me. That, yeah. Tell me what you think of that. Now, next book, Doll Bones by Holly Black. Now, Holly Black also does the Cruel Prince series, and I know that she's done another few books. This is more of a child's book. It's quite alright actually for a kid's book. It's basically about kids that are about 12 and 11, and they still play with dolls, and one of them is 2 girls and a guy, and the guy's stepdad is, well, no, he's not a stepdad, his dad is like, come on, you need to stop playing with dolls now, and they try and stop. And this girl had a doll locked in a cabinet because it was old and it was precious to her mum, and her mum was like, you can't take that out, you can't play with it, and then make up a story about it. And then it turns out that the doll's haunted. It's got bones of a child in there, like in its and that the spirit of that child has come to one of the girls and is like, can you find my resting place and put my bones back, basically. So it's quite dark, and the story of the doll and the child is actually amazing. I love it. There's a bit far-fetched stuff, like how the kid stole a boat, and all that crap. I was just like, okay, fine. And to be honest, they didn't need to put romance in there. They're fucking kids. Why do you need to do that? But it's really good. I enjoyed it. Stone Cold. Now, you might have read this in school, GCSEs, I do believe. It's basically about homeless people and how someone went round murdering them. So you have like one's perspective from Link, who's one of the actual homeless people, and how they survive, and you know, all that, and then the other one's perspective of the actual murderer and why is he killing people, how he gets caught. It's a really good one, and it just makes you double take on like homeless people and how they can feel invisible because these people were getting murdered and nobody cared because there was homeless people. So yeah, it's a bit of a controversial subject, but it is really good, and just read it again. The Roving Kingdom. I got this for my birthday off my work colleagues, and one of my close friends, and we have like a cute book club going on, and yeah, we go out and do all the fairy stuff and then everything else. This book is actually really good. I wasn't expecting it. It gave me Aladdin Cinderella vibes, and if you ever have watched A Little Princess, the film, it gives me that vibes as well. So basically it's about a jinn, which is like some magical being who has had their family killed, and they're trying to survive, but they're trying to hide who they are because she's special. And then there's the prince side of things, and you meet some people. It is a good book, and I did really enjoy it, and I can't wait to get to number 2. The only thing I did find is that you don't get to know many characters in this book, and the characters that you do aren't that nice. But get it, it's really good. And the last one is The Bridge Kingdom, which again I got bought by my friend for my birthday, and it's really good. I loved it. I think I finished it in 2 days. It's just the standard girl's forced to get married because her father is a twat. I really hated her father. There's a little bit of smut in it. It's a really good story. I don't know why I liked it, but I really did. There isn't many characters in there to like love or anything like that. It is mainly him and her. But yeah, I really enjoyed it so much that I brought the second book, which is up here, that one there, which is The Queen Traitor. So yeah, that's the books I've read over my holiday. Tell me what, I went away for 2 weeks, so I read 5 books in 2 weeks. But fair, Stone Cold and The Mist were like this big. So I don't think that's a really good accomplishment. Tell me what you think of these books, if you've read them, if there's any others that you'd recommend from my list that I've just mentioned. I have got all these. I need to get a new bookshelf, in all honesty. Anyway, thanks, bye.